Welcome back to Finnegan's Garage. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe and like the video and comment. Tell me what you think. And I want you to know this entire series of videos this week on the C10 build is brought to you by WireCare, an amazing company that's providing every scrap of wiring we're going to install in this car to finally get it running and driving for you guys. Oh, it's getting real right now. There's a bar with a tube adapter. I believe it's gonna go there, and then it's gonna go there. What's your level of confidence, Andrew?
83%.
Oh, that's good enough for who it's for then. All right, I love it. Go ahead, punch a hole right in that cab.
I will.
No going back now.
Nope.
You didn't even give me a warning. You just put a hole.
Just start cutting.
You didn't even like buy me dinner or nothing. You just like, hey, putting a hole. Sorry for your luck. Andrew's gonna weld a standoff tube that comes through the cab here. Then it'll have a tube adapter. Another piece that will go from there to there with another tube adapter. And essentially this X right back here will be removable. So Cotten can paint it.
What? This is the day that all the big stuff comes together. We did all the small stuff. So now the big stuff happens and it just looks like the whole car just vomited and it's done. The truck will be bleh, and it's done.
It's definitely vomited in the shop. We got tables and parts and like when you guys go home at night and you go to the hotel, I stick around here and clean while Newbern uploads footage. Newbern spends like an hour uploading the footage to Chris to edit it, and I spend like an hour cleaning the shop, and then we blow it up every day, and I do it again. That's my pleasure.
I'm happy that I didn't see that face that you just made. Because that was not good.
I like a clean shop. Can't help it. Not apologizing.
You ain't got to apologize, bro. It's your shop. Oh, that's pretty nice there.
That's brilliant, right? So that's the bar. That's the bar that I used to mock up the turbos on Game Over, and it just became a straight edge to make sure the tube adapters are perfectly parallel to each other, and they need to be that way because we want this back section of roll cage to be removable.
Dude, that was really smart.
So the cage should slide sideways.
Did you come up with that idea, or he come up with that idea?
What, that? No, that's him.
I was about to say, that definitely ain't you. No. Everybody knows. That's a genius. You're not.
You, man, my left foot is starting to cramp.
Is it? I'm sorry. See sparks.
This is used truck air brake plastic line.
That's the most expensive overflow line I've ever seen in my life.
Race car stuff. Nobody uses rubber hose anymore. They use this stuff. Okay, and with that, the radiator overflow is plumbed. The radiator is plumbed except for the lower hose.
Right. Where does this go?
You got power steering done, right?
Yeah, power steering's done.
That right there, nipple, is the vent line, the steam line that goes to the radiator. So we got to do the steam line, which gets the air bubbles out of the system, and then we got to do the lower radiator hose, and then cooling's done, power steering's done.
But first things first, give me my $1. You owed me $1.
I did bet you $1 last night that this would be running last night, and I was wrong.
Thank you.
Don't spend it all in one place.
Do we have any more elbows or anything?
We have a whole crate right there. You can go through it. Because if you can get another elbow, we can just put a piece of pipe that long.
Right. That's what I was thinking. If we could find another elbow, we could just do it that way. Just trim this a little bit more.
And if we can get the inner fender in, then I can find a great place to mount this. And then I can plumb the hoses for this. This is the puke tank from that valve cover into this.
Okay, so let me work on the radiator first.
Yeah.
I don't want to keep, let's just get one thing knocked off at a time. You know what I'm saying? So
cool.
I'll work on this part. So as we were doing the radiator, it's not meant for this. This motor's not meant for this truck. The radiator is kind of, so we had to go ahead and make these different kind of bottom radiator hoses. I can get the curves I need, but the problem is I got to join it. This is not the ideal solution. This is just exhaust tubing. We would probably use aluminum, so it would never ever rust up or anything like that. But to get us from point A to point B, we're going to use this little bit of piece.
Oh, hold on. That's too short.
This is?
You can't put 2 clamps on it.
Well,
you're gonna have 2 beads, one on each end, and then there's no room to put 2 clamps on it in between the beads. You got to get a longer piece.
That's as long as piece as they had. But see how this is? And this is the only piece. This was the only thing they had this size diameter at your local parts store.
So the problem is you're going to bead roll there, you're going to bead roll there, and then there's room for 1 clamp.
Well, unless I go through there and I try to find one of those heat clamps that Gates makes that we can get from Wire Care, because they actually heat them up and they go boom and they lock up in there. Because I have a bunch of them in my shop.
I have those.
Yeah. So if we do that, then it'll lock up on there and we're good.
You're right. We don't need hose clamps. We have those. We have shrink tube clamps.
Yep.
Okay. Play on, player. Sorry.
Okay.
Dude.
Okay. See?
Was that your plan the whole time? It wasn't. No.
No, actually, I went over to look for it.
No.
I swear.
No.
On that $1 you gave me, because you lost the
I think you just lost that $1 back to me. Because if I hadn't told you that wasn't going to work, you were going to try to put a worm gear clamp on there.
You know, sort of.
But here's
you keep the $1. You keep the $1.
But here's the deal. I would have went in and said, do we have any of them heat clamps? Because I use them in my shop. I liked them. They're pretty cool.
Essentially what Mikey's doing is he's taking that round piece of tubing and he's going to roll a bead on each end of it so that the hose can bite on the tube. And so it doesn't try to blow the hose off under the pressure of the cooling system, which shouldn't be a lot of pressure, but occasionally, you blow a head gasket and you pressurize the cooling system and you have a bad day. And it's a lot better day when the hose doesn't blow off the motor, showering hot coolant around those that are near you. Anyway, this is a tool from Michael Furick, aka Dog Fab, and all it is a manual crank bead roller, kind of like the electric one we showed you from Mittler Brothers, but on a smaller scale. And this is meant for bead rolling tubing.
Well, it puts that little bit of blue on there.
So see how it's making a raised section? That's big enough, Mikey. You don't gotta do any more than that.
Okay.
It's taking that perfectly smooth tube and putting a bump all the way around it so that your radiator hose can grip better. Now he'll turn around and do the other side on the world's shortest radiator hose junction. In fact, this is impressive that it can even do this.
You should just trust and love.
I should know better. I don't know why I doubt you.
You always doubt me.
I mean, this is amazing here. It totally makes up for the fact that you made my bed supports out of brake line.
Wasn't me.
Never is.
Now look at that. Look at that. See, you got a little bit of bumpy to bump there and a bumpy to bump there. So when I slide it all together, it'll go whoop, and then we'll hook it up and it'll go bloop, and it works.
So we've mentioned this before, but all the videos on the C10 build this week are brought to you by who?
Wire Care.
Wire Care, and they rule. Why do they rule? Because they have things like this, innovative things. This is made by the Gates Rubber Company. This is a hose clamp for a radiator that it's basically, you shrink it with heat.
Yep, you can use it on anything that's got like a connection. Instead of using a worm gear, these are power grips. They come in all different sizes. All it takes is heat, but you need a special tool to cut them off, which is this thing right here. That's what you've always wanted to know what this was. This is to cut that power grip off.
Legit, that's been in the drawer this whole time, and I haven't used it.
But what we'll do is, I want to find it so it goes, this is the diameter. We'll slide it over the top like that, so it's going to be fine, because the other one's the same way. And to get this out, what we'll do is we'll just crush this, and that piece will come out. We'll slide over the top, boop, and boom.
How's that go?
Boop. Done.
Nailed it.
Back of the roll cage is done, fuel system's done, cooling system's done. Mikey's putting a seat in. There's no oil in the motor. It's a dry sump version of the LT4, which means you have an external oil tank. And we're gonna mount that back here in the bed because there is no room in that engine compartment. I've put 4 holes in the front bulkhead of the bed, and now we're going to install that right here. Did I mention that tomorrow at about 6 in the morning, we hope to be on the road? So it might be a little late night break-in testing happening. Hopefully we have lights.
It is Sunday morning. We are close to firing it. All systems are go up here except for the air intake, which Andrew is fabricating right now. You can see that there. I'm trying hard not to disturb anyone because everyone's teetering on the brink of insanity from lack of sleep. Yep, I can see it in Cotton's eyes. He wants to stab me. I wouldn't blame him. These people have worked hard. Pulled crazy hours. All in the name of seeing if we can drive this truck tomorrow. Well, today. It's like midnight right now, Sunday. We should be on the road in like 6 hours. We have yet to fire it yet. We have yet to test drive it. We have yet to align it. The doors aren't even on it. However, it has a cooling system, a brake system, a fuel system, an oiling system. The cage is done. Dave's making the last of the hoses for the puke tank, for the breather on the dry sump tank, and then it's just 2 hoses that go to our heat exchanger and then onto the intercooler. And Colin has been slaving away on the wires and is now programming stuff.
Sometimes when you wake up in the morning, you got a beef enchilada and you want a chicken enchilada, you order the beef enchilada and the chicken enchilada shows up and you just eat it. That's how I feel.
I think you should go to the hotel and take a nap, Mikey. So that's what's happening. It's midnight, truck doesn't run. When you leave in 6 hours. We'll make it. Do I look as haggard as I feel?
You look tired.
Yeah. I'm beat. Missed it by that much. It is Sunday morning, about 5 a.m. That GoPro just turned off. We'll just use this one. It's Sunday morning, about 5 a.m. I would say we failed, but we are way behind schedule.
Yeah.
The truck cranks over, has oil pressure, fuel pressure, cooling system, hydraulics, brakes, clutch. Everything is there. Doors are not on the truck. We haven't made it run yet, and we were close to. I think we were this close to tying it up behind my truck and dragging it down the street away from my house to fire it up when the laptop died. Colin was sitting in here
programming stuff, and the laptop shut off in the middle of him programming it and would not turn back on. It was like a sign. Because here's the thing: is after that happened, what I realized is we had beat ourselves to death. No one slept, and we still have to align it. And we could do that here with tape measures, but there's an hour there. We still have to pack. We still have to do everything. And realistically, we needed to be on the road in an hour to get to Jimmy Bullard's place in time for this event he's got going on. And there was no way we were going to make it. So, but we still want to go. We still want to go hang out. We don't want to be late. So what we're going to do is load the truck on the trailer, take it to Jimmy's, go there and finish working on it, and then do some work on the Cadillac, and then road trip this thing home. So we're still road tripping Carolina to Georgia. It just ain't happening today. If we had one more day, we would have made it. We were humming in here. There were, Cotten was just fabbing like a madman. Andrew literally busted out the whole back half of the cage today. And he busted out the air intake. Yeah. And he welded up a couple of fittings for us, like all that in one day. And so we got a lot done in 6 days.
I mean, we basically built the damn truck in a week.
We built the whole truck in less than a week.
This thing was scattered amongst the garage. It's just in pieces everywhere. I mean, and look at it. It is almost a functional truck now.
Yeah, you're right. I wasn't even thinking about that. We built the whole truck in a week. And the thing that it reminded me, it's not that we failed, it's that, unless you're filming an episode of Roadkill, the alignment matters,
Right.
Driving it more than around the block before you hit the road is a good idea. And so when you're, on the verge of being late and disappointing a whole lot of people at that point, you load it up on the trailer, put your tail between your legs, and drive to North Carolina, towing the truck.
I mean, I'm literally outside ripping my buddy's truck apart, ripping the taillights out of it, ripping the headlights out of it, cutting his harnesses out of his truck to put this together to make it legal.
My credit card is on fire from all the overnight shipping because as much as we pre-planned this, we had to overnight so many parts and just Summit Racing, you name it, because we just kept running into things we were missing, flat out missing. And when we got down to it, we were missing headlights, taillights. We got a bunch of stuff from Brothers Trucks, but shipping boned us. We got like one taillight lens, but not the other one. So he went as far as grabbing our buddy Brandon's 69 C10 and bringing it here as a parts car donor so we could finish this thing. That's how serious we were about it. There was a C10 sitting in my driveway and we were gutting it. You cut all the pigtails off all the lights in that thing, and I just wired them all into my truck because we want to go.
Yeah, you had nothing. Like, you had nothing as far as the tail lights and the headlights, so we just cut everything out. So
I'm stoked because we're still not going to get to sleep because if we sleep, we'll be late. So we're going to put this on the ground, put the doors on it, load everything onto the trailer, and then bonsai to North Carolina so we can go hang out with Jimmy and all his friends. And then get a good night's sleep, and Monday, just finish the last little things that are done with this, and then go start driving it, and we'll road trip it back home from North Carolina.
And hopefully bring the caddy back with us.
I'd like to. I'd like to see the two of them side by side.
Me too. That'd be so cool.
And then we just drive this and take a break from working on it like madman, and then tinker with the Cadillac.
I wish your tires weren't so expensive. I want to do massive burnouts in this thing.
Yeah, we need a set of back wheels for this because these tires are ridiculous. These tires are really ridiculous.
Well, Colin just left in the Suburban. Your phone is completely going crazy over there.
You think he broke down already?
I mean, you might want to check on him.
I was really hoping that was Cotten going, all right, I'm awake. I'm going to come get you guys. Oh, God, it's Cotten.
What?
He's awake. He says, how's it looking? I said, come on over and find out. Michael Wayne Cotton's up at 5:19. Normally, I can't get him to answer the phone before 9:30 in the morning. That's incredible. Yeah, so this is not the end of the world. We are still going to road trip this thing home. We are still going to go to North Carolina and see our friends, hang out, work on the Cadillac, and we'll finish this beast in Jimmy's shop. Cotton's a body guy and a C10 guy. Why do you let me put these fenders on without the doors being on? I guess we're towing it with the doors on. I was doing all right, emotionally speaking, until this exact moment. I just wanted to see it sitting flat on the ground. With the, can't be like that. This has got to. Really?
It's Sunday, about 8 a.m. We're late. We should have left at 6, but we've got issues. First issue, doors are not on the truck. Second issue, steering has problems. Third issue, our laptop died while Colin was trying to set the truck up. And for all of those reasons, we're gonna put it on the trailer, tow it to Jimmy's, MRC Fab, go hang out with those guys and party today, and then we will work on it again tomorrow and road trip it home from North Carolina to Atlanta. So we're still doing a road trip, just on a different day.
My dude, get it, old man. Get it, old man.
Dude, that thing is slick. Super straight, too.
Hell yeah, he's got some Cheez-Its, good Wildcat. Roll.
But I love the way the truck's looking. A lot of potential here. So I feel like technically I'm driving to Jimmy's. You know, I just might have some assistance in the whole motorization part of it. But you know, by the letter of the law, I did drive my C10 into Jimmy's parking lot. So, is it really failing? I think not. Oh, there's a lot of cars here. We're nearly there. We're nearly there. Oh, look at the caddy. Caddy's dope. Caddy's dope. Dude. Technically, I drove it.
Okay, that's good.
LT1 power.
305 pounds.
That's 305. That's all the horses in that power. The 305.